Hi, I'm Marga with Design Time by Florida Ceiling Carpet One, and today we're going to be talking about an actual home that we've put together. I know normally we've shown some things just throughout the store, our tiles and woods and things that we have available to us, but we thought it would be kind of fun to actually take you out on a job site that we're actually working on. The job site that we're going to look at today is in its it's still in progress. It's still a work in progress. When I very first walked into the home that we're going to look at, it was very, had some really contemporary elements, some elements that were really dated. If you remember back, to the 80s, they had, mauves and baby blues and some hunter greens and things like that. So when I walked into this home, there's a large fireplace here, and it was all done in a white marble, which looked very nice. However, we wanted the look of the home to lean more towards a high-end lodge, and in order to achieve that, we actually had to take that all down, which marble sounded kind of sad, but we did. We took it down, and to create a more rustic environment, we went for more masculine feeling products, and so we created a stone fireplace. And then also there are just some other areas of the house that we'll be going through. We had a backsplash inside of a kitchen, and that was all white with mauve, different mauve colored tiles in it that just really needed to go. And we also had white laminate countertops, which were fine for what was here before, but because of the look that we really wanted to achieve, we knew that we needed to change that. So we're about to take you in and know that it is still a work in progress, and there are still some other things that we're going to be working on, but just to begin to give you a feel for what we can accomplish in a home that looks one way, but we may want to take it to a different look and to a different style. So come with me and we'll give you a little tour of the house. Well, here we are. This is the fireplace and part of the house that we were talking about. This is the fireplace that was originally covered in the white marble. Like I said, we did take it down. One of the reasons that we took it down, of course, that we talked about before, was to just give it a heavier, more masculine feel, especially when we're trying to achieve a high-end lodge kind of feel. The particular product that we have here is a cultured stone. If you were to do this and you were to use actual stone, this would get really pricey very, very quickly. But in a cultured stone, we can still give you this fantastic look at a really reasonable price. What we've done here for the mantle, we've taken actual limestone and have created a mantle out of that. In order to support that, of course, it's braced back behind the rock, and then we also have what we would consider corbels right underneath. Again, it helps to hold the weight of this shelf. This was something that we actually, and this is something that you can think about in your house, this was something that we actually considered staining, because at first we thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to have it a little bit darker to match some of these darker stones that are in the fireplace? However, after we got it all done, we just thought, you know what, let's leave it light. But if you're ever working on a project, things like this, we can certainly get this to the color that we want to get it to. Part of the other thing in putting rustic design together, a lot of it has to do with just even accessories, something really simple. Maybe you can't go to the extreme of, let's do this fantastic rock fireplace, because maybe sometimes budgets don't allow for us to do things like that. But know that you certainly can do something as simple as just accessorizing. Things like candlesticks, even things like this. This is just an antler fireplace poker holder, for lack of a better term, because I'm not sure what that is, but just simple decorations like this. There are things like lamps. You can do fur pelts. You can do antler chandeliers. You can do anything like that to really create the look that you're going after. The next thing I'd like to show you, again, we talked about the columns, or well, I'm not sure that we talked about those yet, but we also created, to carry this rock look through, to unify the space, we actually created another space, again, filled with rocks, just to tie the room together, and we'll head over there. But one of the things that I want to show you before we head over there, the reason we actually took this is because one of the things about this house that was fantastic when I walked into it was the actual ceiling. There's a fantastic beamed ceiling. Again, it was to create the look of we wanted to go rustic, and when I very first walked in here, again, the marble just didn't really go with the heaviness of the ceiling, and so we really wanted to tie all of that together. So then we come up just one small flight of stairs, and we tie in the fireplace stone up here on this. It's kind of just this little library nook, and we carried the stone that was on the fireplace up into the nook, and we simulated stone columns. Because the space didn't allow for us to actually build out deeper columns, we actually just simulated it. So all it is stone, and it's mortared onto the wall. And then between that, we decided we were going to do some floating shelves because it gave it a lot more visual interest. So you'll see that these shelves just kind of float here, and they're staggered in just random spots. Again, we talk about accessories. Maybe you can't go to this extreme, but something as simple as we have a copper plate here. We have some books with antler or deer bookends, things like that. Small, tiny touches that can do wonders for your home. Now let's look at just some of the details, some of the fine details inside this great little space. We created this space so that people could come in here, maybe grab a book, sit in a comfortable chair, and just read for a little while. On the other side of this nook, there's a beautiful lake view, and so it's just and it's elevated from the rest of the space, so it's really nice to be able to look outside as you're reading the book. But one of the things I really want you to notice, again, it's just those small, tiny details that bring your home to a whole other level. One of the things that we did in here, we put this decorative piece in here, and what this was just some very large tiles, and we had them specially etched. And inside these tiles, we have a loon scene that we sent away and had etched in, and this is something that you can do as well, and it's actually really not bad for pricing. You can, and in this particular instance, after they etched it, we had them stain it, so you can actually see the blackness of the loons. This is something that you have an option. If you want to stain it black, if you want to leave it just natural, it just gives you this very subtle look, but in this case we really wanted to showcase it. There are other times, say that you are doing something in your front entry and you want to have your name or your initials emblazoned on a tile as you walk in. You can certainly do that. You know, there's gold leaf and things like that that we can put in there, but it's another really fun detail. So if you ever just need that space to just get away and relax, this was the space that we created for that. So, well, we've run out of time for this week, but we would still like to continue to show you more of this very fun home, and so I hope that you will join me next week again here on Design Time with Floor to Ceiling Carpet One.